Hi everyone, I'm Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. Welcome to Training Tuesday for August 22nd, 2023. We're going to start out with Soval. He is our water python, Laesis fuscus. He is less than a year old. First of all, I went in during the day before I knew he was awake to test out a different method yet again of trying to film while I was target training. So the snake's not out right now, and I'm just testing out to see if this is going to work. I'm holding the target and my camera in one hand, and I'm using a different method than I did last week. I know I showed something similar last week, but this is still yet a different way that I'm trying it. And I know that he's up in his sky hide. So I am just playing with the logistics and the management of the target and the tongs in my other hand and my camera in the same hand that the target is in, and moving it around his enclosure a little bit so that I'm not fumbling with it when I actually do the training session. And this is really important, that you have your equipment management skills all dialed in before you're actually training the animal. So it's fine to practice with a shadow animal, with a stuffed animal, with no animal before you actually do the training session, and make sure that you can manage everything that you're going to need to manage during the session. So now it's later, it's evening, his lights are out. I know he's in the sky hide. And so I am putting the target at the sky hide entrance. The problem with this is I cannot see him. And so it's difficult for me to determine, one, if he even perceives the target's there or not, and two, when and if he's coming close to the door. I'm looking for the slightest shadow, the slightest movement, the slightest tongue flick to indicate to me that he is near the door entrance, so that I know when to deliver the reinforcement. And I also am listening for noise and watching for any movement of the sky hide. So I have to be very patient because I have to give him time to see the target and to perceive that it's there. And I delivered the reinforcement to the front of the hide once I had an indication that he was moving towards it. Unfortunately, I did okay with the camera and the target, and I fumbled with the tongs and the feeder, and I dropped the rodent, and then I didn't see where it went. So I had to leave and turn on the lights and find the rodent and pick it up, and I had to start over. But by this time, he was out and first looking out of his enclosure, then he turned towards the target, and then he struck at the target a little bit, and then I delivered the reinforcement. This is just some bonus footage of me working with our Laesis sabuensis, our sabu python archer, and he did a great job. He fell when he struck at the reinforcer, and he went down in his water, but it didn't faze him a bit. And he coiled and wrapped like he always does, and he ate his little fuzzy mouse with no problem there. These guys are really learning quickly. They seem very intelligent. They seem very intuitive as to what they're supposed to do, and they seem to notice everything that's going on around them. To finish up, I just want to share how I used one of these exercise tents as a transport tent by putting it inside a dog crate inside my cargo van for one of the snakes that went to the vet this week for their wellness check, a big snake. So I put them in the tent. I put the tent inside a dog crate inside my cargo van, and we arrived safe and sound at the vet for Salazar's wellness check. And then I transported him home the same way. I really like doing that because this is a pretty big snake, and it's a long drive there and back, and this gave him room to move around if he wanted to, not only in the van and during any stops we made, but also in the vet while waiting for his turn to get his exam.